Hey everybody, thanks for clicking this video. My name as always is Strong K, and this is another installment of my first impression series. Today I want to look at the 5 cores, which is a Myst type of, like a Myst-clone type of adventure game that has been released I think already last year in 2012, but I just got around to playing it now, so I want to give you like the quick ins and outs about the 5 cores. And without further ado, let's get started here with a new game. I haven't played like extensively. I will talk about like how the game is structured in a second, so then it will make more sense to you. The game has been developed by the French studio Neebla Games. I think they're French. Have not heard of them so far. But this is sort of like the exposition here. So you start on this island, and you're reading this letter. My friend, I don't know how you got here, but I think you can help us experience a tragedy, and we had to take up refuge in another world, in which you're standing is on the verge of collapse because of the child in the temple. That's going to become important later on. Her dreams become real. That is an and, I think, and cause death and destruction. Yeah, I know I'm like immature. This is my immature humor here shining through. In any case, the magical stones have to be reactivated to wake up the child. One last tip: observe your environment and take notes. Please help us. All right, and that's it. So we move around with the WASD keys, and yeah, this game has been realized with the Unreal Development Kit. And it shows like it is actually pretty. It's nice. It has like stuff like effects here, like graphic occlusion effects that work pretty well. I like the overall graphical presentation of this title. And then you move around, and then every once in a while, when you can interact with your environment, the hand icon here pops up. So if we left click, we will be able to read the letter again, which appears to be I don't know, in this tree stump here. What's pretty, or what comes in handy, is the speedrun function, the running function, which is pretty fast. It allows you to sort of explore the islands, actually, or like several portions of the island, I don't know, in a speedy manner. Okay, let's click on this, because this is just like you will run into those cave paintings here. I have not yet discovered like the true meaning of those things, but maybe that will become more important later. I don't know. There's like several scattered across the island which you can choose to activate. Yeah, so like I said, the game actually, it looks pretty nice. It has a pretty good feel to it, and I think that's important for Myst clones, or like Myst type of games. I mean, there've been like a gazillion titles that are like the 5 or 6, whichever you want to include into the Myst canon here. Right. Oh, look at that. So this is like a hint, I guess. I think this pertains to like the tree stump that we see down there, and like the holes that are punctured in there. So yeah, this game has, and it's like Myst-like in the strictest sense, because what you do here is basically run around and solve like logic puzzles. Much like the original Myst series, because yeah, when you spawn, like when you copycat, like a good formula and like add your own twist to it, there have been like, I think this is the only thing that we can do here. This is like, we have, like Myst clones that sort of like employ the same graphical presentation, but then you have like a fully fledged inventory. They're more like adventure games in a traditional sense than simply like a string of, or like a series of logic puzzles that are stringed together by a story. Like the original Myst, where you had a story that was pretty convoluted actually, with the Denis people, I don't quite remember, and the whole like the sons and the fathers, and it's one generation betraying the other, and so on and so forth, and then you have to like free those guys, respectively capture them, and yourself escape, and so on and so forth. This game, it takes like a slightly different approach insofar as that it does not give you this kind of, this is as much story as we're gonna get, or at least, which I stumbled upon here. This is like the letter. There's a child, um, and go figure the shit out for yourself, basically. Which is okay, I guess, because like in a strict sense, what those games are, like I like to compare them to, is at least like those puzzle books or puzzle magazines. Not maybe unlike like a Professor Layton kind of thing. Okay, this is like a teleporter that just teleports us to another part of the island. I just want to get here because I want to sort of like present to you the child that is the origin, of all this ruckus, of all the shenanigans that we're gonna undertake here on this island, actually. So yeah, this is like strictly speaking, puzzle after puzzle with, there's another cave painting here. Not so much of a story to connect the dots here. Which I guess it's okay. Like if you're a purist, and I think this game is geared towards, people that enjoyed, there's another scene here. That enjoyed the logic puzzles of the Myst variety. Let's put it that way. Do you really? I mean, the story is important. Like for me, what worked with the Riven, and I have stressed this. Okay, this is a child. Look at her. It's a girl, if I was not mistaken. And then in the back you can see like the 4 of the 5 cores, which are like sort of like the namesakes of the game here. Like because a very nice feature of the original titles was not necessarily that you have to solve logic puzzles and sort of get your brain working here, but it was the world that was created around those puzzles. And what was that? Okay, that's the thing here with the cave painting, or the painting on the rock. Whatever. So yeah, that was actually a cool thing, especially in Riven, because those guys actually created worlds with their books to which you could travel, and yeah, that was like a nice, like you could actually explore a different world, which was actually pretty well written. I don't know, like you still have this sense of exploration here, although if you take away the story and just get down to brass tacks, meaning you just have a series of puzzles that the player then has to solve with no background whatsoever. It's kind of like you definitely serving a niche here. I want to avoid saying that it's bad in any way, shape, or form. I mean, on the other side though, that's what made the Myst games great. So but this is definitely something that you have to discern for yourselves whether or not this is important for you. I still think it works in here. So let's actually travel to another island by hitting the green crystal here. And this is I think thematically it's the same. It's like a Mediterranean or whatever island. So there's like an underground thing, and then there's like an ice world, and each world features like slightly different puzzles. None of which are explained to you. What I don't like about the controls, I already almost forgot to mention that, is that you cannot do anything about it. This is basically your options screen here, so you can resume the game, save, load, or quit, and that's it. It would have been cool if they had included like I don't know, like an options menu where you can actually invert the vertical axis of the mouse, that is, right? Like the up-down axis here. I always forgot which one that is. So this is the first world actually that is solely dedicated to one or more puzzles. You could also start solving puzzles in the hub world, in the world in which we started. But I figure I'm going to showcase this because this is sort of like a close set of puzzles. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna spoiler the puzzles in this world. So I try to, I've never done this before, I try to like include like a link, whatever that is, like a time thing, so you can like jump ahead and then like omit the spoiling of the puzzles. But yeah, here I go. So let's actually figure this out. So those are like this is like a planets, I guess, and if we push this button, then they start to move. And I guess this is also like related to one of the puzzles here. Alright, so it stopped there for a second. I'm not really sure if that's important or not. We will figure this out, you know, as we go along here. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how much I'm going to spoiler here, but let's see. Okay, there are buttons also. What did they do? Okay, nothing so far. Can we do anything here, or is that still like that? That's actually another thing. The sort of like inaccurate at times, you know, interaction, because you know you can, it's like I'm standing back here and I can still access this button for some reason, and this can become like okay, this resets the whole thing, so this can become pretty like confusing, because I don't know if not like that really, but I don't know. Well, later on maybe. Okay, whatever. Let's explore further, because I think we still need some context here to actually solve those guys. Let's keep to the right and see what's going on here. Oh, so this is like a bedroom. Whoa, look at that. Already like messing things up here. This is sort of like a bedroom, I guess. Like a sleeping chamber. Oh, sorry. Was that me? That's like it's Earth, right? I don't know. I don't know if that's important or not. This is, after all, like an indie game, so you know, I can bear with that. Oh, sorry. What's that? Okay, so I guess those are the islands that we will visit in the future as part of the. It's not that I would recognize anything here. Is this? This could be. This could be this island, right? Because there's like this intersection here. We're here currently. Not really sure. This could be like the hub world, the starting island. There's a tower here. I have not really traveled to a lot of the other places, so not sure. But yeah, let's continue. I don't think there's anything. Stylish lamp, by the way. Um, okay, let's go through here, and this is like a library of library of sorts. There's a clock here. I don't know if that's important, because like, remember the planets, they sort of resemble the clock, so I'm not really sure if that will be important later on. Okay, so this is the crystal that we need, the core that we need to activate. And what's up here? 6. Okay, do you see that 6:15? So I actually tried to figure out what that means. Okay, so I guess that 12 should be the, well, like 0. But yeah, so that's like a puzzle related to a clock or something, to like, I don't know, like a chronometric puzzle, I guess. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's actually. I think since like the planets, they have to do something with this puzzle. So let's actually check out the environment. Can we click this? Oh, okay. Yeah, this in itself is like, the presentation is very Myst-like. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, like, also the game employs like more or less like arbitrary boundaries. So you know, it's not really easily like discernible where you can actually go and where you cannot go. Also, there are some like problems with the collision, in that, you know, you often like actually quite often you cannot wait. No, we cannot interact with these yet. And that you get stuck somewhere, because you can also jump. I don't know why you would be able to do that, but you know, times and again you just get stuck, and then you know, you have to reload the game, because there's like no way, there's no autosave here, and then you just have to save often. Basically, this is what this boils down to. Okay, so there's like a thing here. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe you can sort of like read it. It just looks like lenses and stuff. And there's like a crystal ball here, so I think you can like I don't know, redirect the light into this hut or something, and then there's something in there. Right. And there's nothing on here. So that's like a 2, 3, 1. I don't know if that's like... Alright, let's leave it at that, I guess. And I think that's it, right? Because back here there's just water and... Okay, let's try to actually solve some puzzles here. Okay, let's head out and... Well, let's try to figure out what this is all about. Because I think this clock puzzle has something to do with this... with those guys here, with those planets. So, if this is a clock, then, okay, they stop at... What was that? Was that 12? No, it's like 11. 12, yeah, bullshit. So it's like 11. Although this guy, like, do you see that? Like, the golden globe, or like the golden orb is moving faster, so that would maybe indicate that this is actually the counter for the minutes, and this one is the one for the hours, like contrary to, you know, how you would normally arrange this kind of stuff. So then in this case, this would mean that it's, so if this is the slower one, wait. Right, so this is the one on the outside, counting the hours. I'm sorry, I'm easily confused. Like, I never said I was good at those type of games, because apparently I'm not. So this is the... So that would read 12:55, but actually if it was the other way around, that would mean that this is 11. Because this guy stops on the 11th spot. What's this do? Is this a button? No. So this, stops on the 11th spot. So it's either 11 or 12:50. Let's try this out. It's like either 11 or 12:55, I guess. Okie doke. Oh yeah, shouldn't have really messed with that. Let's set this to 11, because then later I can just easily go forward and set it to 12:55 if need be. Okay, 11. Okay, that's obviously not it. Okay, then, yeah, but now I have to go back, yeah, okay. It doesn't really matter, like, either way I would have been screwed. Because I have to almost reset go through the whole cycle here to reset the time. Okay, 55, and... Right. Cool. Nothing is happening here. Okay. Let's check again. I'm pretty sure that this is related to that puzzle. Or maybe it's this? So what time is it? It's either... Okay, if this is the hour counter, it's 12:15, or if this is the hours, then it's 3 o'clock. So 12:15 or 3 o'clock. Let's try that out. 12:15 or 3 o'clock. I think we're already on 12, right? So it's not... Okay, so 3 sharp. Let's see if that works out. Yeah, it can get pretty, I don't know. Okay, nothing happening here. So I really don't know what's going on here. Alright, so it is actually 310. Let's check that out. I'm not really sure what went on here. So this is actually, well, but this is nowhere close to 310, right? This is, okay, so this is 3, but like the minute arm is on the 12. I don't know, let's give it another whirl. Maybe it's something to do, like, how the thing stops here. But, oh, you know what? If you look at, I mean, if you look at this button here, you know, if that is to indicate that this is actually the top of the clock, like this is the 12, then what happens if we, wouldn't that, because this is the, then this would mean this is 3 o'clock. And then that would be 3:10. And this is actually the minute counter, although it's slower. Okay. Alright, yeah, solve that one. That was easy. Okay, so now we have like the lenses in array. Let's oh, there was like those wheels down there, right? Remember? Those handles? Okay, nothing doing here. Alright, what's up with those guys over here? Maybe something changed? Can we... Nope. Nope. And this guy... It was down when we found it, right? 2, 3, 1. Maybe we can like push the buttons in the... remember those buttons that were next to the clock? It is like the running function really comes in handy. Okay, so that was like 2, what was that? 2, 3, 1, right? 2, 3, 1. Okay, maybe, was it 2 or was it 2, 1, 3? Oh, it was 2, 1, 3. My bad. Sorry. Alright. So yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, you're not sure what you're pushing here. I don't know. There's like another word that I've played previously to this one, and you had to like adjust, like, you know, set like some mechanism. I don't know. There's like a number of possibilities there, and it was pretty harrowing because you know, literally like a lot of the times, you know, you would like touch something here, and then, you know, by clicking it would actually activate the mechanism or the dial next to the one you were actually trying to touch. So it was kind of messed up. Okay, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. I don't get it. So this is but I clicked in the order like 2, 1, 3. So how would I have guessed this if not by accident? Okay, let's move those guys down here. And the last one we just have to like figure out somehow, I guess. Maybe the lenses are like an indicator. 2, 1, I guess. Okay, let's just like trial and error this thing, because there's only like 3 times 3, like 9 possibilities, I think. Wait, 1. So, you know, we can actually trial and error this one. No problems here. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3 already, because that's like the first thing we tried, I guess. 1, 3, 2 would be possible. Okay, it does not work. Then the 2s we tried out already. So that leaves us with 1, 3, 1, 2. Wait, what happened here? Okay. 3, 1, 2. Oh, see? That worked. And just like to be on the safe side, let's try it. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, nothing happening here. Okay, so that should have actually activated the last whatever thing that was, like a cylinder. Okay. See, yeah, that's right. Okay, what's happening now? Nothing. So we have to find out now, like the I don't know. Maybe that's like in 2, 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1. Okay, we start here, and then 2, 1, 3. That would indicate that we should lower the first one, and then it continues with the 1, and also here with the 1. So let's activate this thing. Okay, so yeah, it seems to have worked. Alright, and I guess since this is 4 like crystal balls here. Okay. Oh, okay, so this guy's moving now, so I don't know. Let's like redirect the sunlight onto the center pole here. That should work. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to adjust the second thing. Was that? Oh no, that's the wrong one. This is this one. I think that guy was set like correctly, right? Okay, and no. What the hell, man? Oh, maybe that was just my bad. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really good at those type of games here. Okay. Okay, like that, it definitely does not reflect anything. Maybe this one is also like in the wrong position. Oh no, this is just... Did this just activate? I think so, right? Ah, yeah, so I think we can... If I'm not mistaken, because then the sunlight is reflected, you know, onto the crystal, and that's basically that. So let's touch this guy, yeah, and then we are teleported back to the hub world, the main island. So yeah, in a nutshell, this is the 5 cores. Just to like verify this, let's check out the child. I was just afraid I was stuck there for a second. You never know, when you run into those spots every once in a while. Maybe I can like show off what I mean by you know, outmaneuvering myself, you know, in such a fashion. I know there's a spot here on this island where you can do that. Right, and then, you know, so as a consequence of our like meddling, the green crystal, the green core has been activated. So you have to probably activate all 5. I think there are 5 because the game is called the 5 cores, although there are only 4 back there. But you know, who knows? So let's teleport back real quick, and then this is the teleporter. Right. So if we, I think that's the spot. So like if you venture down here, it's like, oh, this is a nice whatever lagoon, and then you're stuck in here. And you know, even by pressing the space key, you cannot jump out of here. And this actually happens quite often, and it's like more often than you'd like. And the bad thing is that because the game, itself like is not that like the gameplay doesn't require you to save because there's no way, for example, for you to die. So you come sort of unprepared, and this catches you by surprise. So it's like advisable to save often, simply because this game is pretty buggy in that regard. That you will freeze or you'll be stuck somewhere, and you cannot possibly escape here, other than by just restoring a previous save game. So yeah, would I recommend the game? The thing is, if you, I would recommend it for everybody, like, or to everybody who liked the original Myst type of games, because this is like very close to that sensation. If you like those logic puzzles. Let me just load the game real quick, um, because this is stupid, and I'm gonna load it from the beginning, just to like explore the island a little more, like show you some of the graphics here. In that regard, it is pretty good actually, because it conveys the sense of like those puzzles, and they're pretty hard actually. And pretty demanding. This is nothing for. I mean, I don't know how long the game is, because as you could see, the green core level was actually pretty short. Once you figured everything out. I think this like the figuring out of stuff is actually what will take you the most, like time-wise. It's not so much like if you know what you're doing, I think you can finish this game pretty quickly. Although I have not finished it yet, so this is not a qualified statement. This is just like an educated guess, if you will. You will have to, I think, take notes, because this is what happened to me. This game, you saw the option screen. There's no inventory. There's no notes. There's nothing. So it's just like the bare bones of, like a logic puzzle kind of thing. Um, also with no noteworthy story whatsoever to string it all together. So if you're looking for that into a game, you might be disappointed here. The graphics are nice enough. You definitely have this like sense of immersion, because to me, like, those games, and Myst is part of that. There's like a limited interaction. There's not a lot of people that you can talk to. I think here in this game there's none whatsoever. Because yeah, it's more like it's like a test of skills, really. Those games take place on like isolated places, like islands and stuff like that, and I think that's for a reason, because it conveys sort of like like the yeah, sort of like a hermit feeling. You're there. This is like this is like to test your skills and your wits and your intelligence, basically. Um, so oh, so yeah, in that it is very like those games. I mean, you probably have. Oh, there's another mural that we can activate here. Okay. It's like you notice probably that all of the games, like no matter where they take place, they're also like almost either like a deserted, I don't know, like a ship, starship, island, like some derelict installation of sorts. You're the only survivor slash whatnot visitor. So it always like it's trying to convey the sense of wonderment, or like exploring a new environment here, which is cool. Like, this is what this game actually does pretty well, and so heads up, thumbs up for that. Right. Yeah, everybody else, I mean, the thing is, and that's basically that. If you're looking for like a captivating, or like a capturing narrative, if you're looking for, I don't know, something that will make you think, like like a philosophical sort of undercurrent, or like philosophical overtones, look someplace else, because you won't get that out of that. This is like what it promises. It's a Myst clone. It does what Myst did nicely. The logic puzzles are challenging. They're hard. At times, sometimes frustrating for me, because they're really super duper hard, and you really have to, put your thinking cap on to, get behind what, is needed from you, in terms of, how to solve the puzzles and stuff like that. There are minor issues, like technical things, like the, sort of, yeah, imprecise, interaction thing here that I mentioned. or the getting stuck bug, you know, where you can outmaneuver yourself in a fashion that won't allow you to continue further. That aside, it's a pretty solid endeavor. I think this is currently $10, so if you're a fan of the original Myst series, you know, I would definitely recommend to pick this up. I bet you can fall down here. No, you can't. There's like another level where you have like a similar situation. If you fall down there, you're also stuck, although you only find this out like a minute later because it doesn't at first look like that. But be that as it may, yeah, if you're, and this is simply that, if you're a person, and if you know, like, you know, logic puzzles are nothing for me, I'd rather do this in like a, I don't know, like a puzzle book or whatever, yeah, stay clear of this because you won't get a lot of fun out of this, if you're not up for, or if you're not up to the, you know, like, because the game, like I said, doesn't really pull any punches. It's not like the hardest game out there. I remember the, was that the Schism series, where you really had to do like math on a piece of paper in front of your computer, you know, in order to solve the puzzles there. Or was it REM? I don't remember. It's one of those games. But you know, if this is for you, if you're looking for something like that, and I think there have not been a lot of games like this out there, so you know, this might be a good opportunity to sort of, you know, get this sensation going. All right. Yeah. So that was it from me. I'm gonna post all the links and whatnot in the description. You know, as you probably know by now. Thanks a lot for watching this. There's stuff under there. Oh, this may, it's like, see, this is kind of, I don't know. Yeah, thanks for watching in any case. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope, you know, this was able to, like, give you some information on the 5 cores. And, I will put everything in the description as always, like I said. Yeah, that leaves me with, you know, a warm-hearted thank you. And, I definitely hope to see you soon. Bye.